Baruch the Yahweh, Baruch the Yahushai, Baruch the Yahweh, Baruch the Yahushai, Baruch the Yahweh, Baruch the Yahushai. All praise unto Yahweh, Shemi outside, Wa'arak HaKadosh. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I wanted to do this video going into the times that we're living in right now. Basically where you're going to have a lot of spiritual activity happening to try get you out of this thing, this truth, this word. You was gonna have a lot of things happening in your day to day because hey, the heat of the battle, it comes when closer to the end of the battle. And I don't have no specific precepts that I wanted to get into, so I'll just speak for the time being. And when his precepts comes to mind, I'll load them up. But pretty much when you watch a movie and you watch the climax of a battle, okay, the climax of the battle is usually towards the end. It's not at the beginning. That's why the scripture says the better is the end of everything than the beginning of thereof. And pretty much this is the times that we're getting into right now. And this is when, particular tests, you're going to be put through particular tests. And if you get through those particular tests, the Most High was going to reward you. All right? The Most High was going to give you a reward for your trials. And it's also too important to remember that you got to pray yourself through these particular tests, man. All right? You got to say it plainly to the Most High, whatever the situation is. And pray to the Most High that the Most High is building you up and not breaking you down. Because the Most High could break you down, okay? And in the small amount of time I spent in this truth, I've seen certain people go through situations where you can clearly see after that person was stronger. And then all these other situations where someone goes through a particular hell, you don't hear from that person no more. All right. So when that hell comes out, okay, when you go through a particular trial, you're gonna pray to the Most High. That the Most High is not breaking you down, but rather building you up. Okay, that He's building you up in the faith, in the spirit, and He's building you up, and that you make it through whatever challenge that it is gonna be. All right. Remember, the Most High said to Job, rather more said to the spiritual demon Satan, when he sent him to Job, okay, he told him, look, all right, you're going to go down to this guy and you're going to afflict him, but he's going to curse you out to the face. And the Most High sent that to Satan. Now, look, check it out. Job was a righteous man. That means to say, all the BS that we go through, that's really for our own judgment. That's an important thing to remember, because through that, really, you can be humble. Okay, it's humbling to know that whatever situation that you're going through, the Most High has created that particular situation, all right, as a judgment to you. But it's also important to remember, okay, that if you're not praying to be built up through that judgment, and you ain't praying to be to make it through that judgment, then you're in a high potential of falling out this truth. Okay, you're in a high potential situation of falling out this truth. All right, and you don't want to be in that position. You don't want to be in a position where you're like one move away from falling out the truth. You want to be built up in the spirit, man. Okay, you want to be ready for the battle. You want to be ready for the kingdom. Okay, the kingdom's so close right now. You can smell it, man. Okay, you can smell the wine that the Lord's gonna share with us. You can smell the food. You can smell and see the beauty of the earth. Okay, when it's brought back to its former glory, you can see all of these particular things. All right, so it's high time. Hey, you gotta stick into the praying. The scripture, remember, the scripture says, pray without ceasing. You gotta get into that. Okay, you gotta get into a spirit where whatever the situation is, all right, no matter how how embarrassing the situation might be, you gotta be on a position. You gotta put yourself in a position where you can speak to those things and pray those things unto the Most High, so that the Most High sorts out those situations for you. Because that's what it's all about, man. You check out particular individuals within the scriptures. When you read their prayers, man, and they were speaking, some of them were speaking directly to the Most High. A person that comes to mind was it Abraham? Okay, when he was praying for Lot, and the prayer you were saying, you would think that he was saying something, that's kind of out there. Okay, because he was kind of saying like, look, there's one person. What if there's one person over there? What if, this, that, and the third? That means to say what? I say, I say that to say what? I say that to say this, man. You gotta pray to the Most High on a level, man. Now he's the Most High. You don't want to just be babbling and all of that, but you want to be in a position where if you feel that you need certain things in your life, you should pray for those things. Okay, if you feel that you ain't growing right because of particular things that are in your life, then pray to the Most High. It could take them away. Okay, you gotta develop a relationship, a spiritual relationship, not carnal, but a spiritual relationship with the Most High, because the Most High is gonna be the one that's delivering you out of these situations. Not Dagon, not Christ, not these other deities and particular what do they call them? Idols. Okay, it's gonna be the Most High, so it makes sense that you pray unto the Most High that He delivers you out of those situations. But going back onto the point of the video, which was basically to endure, okay, and basically to keep fighting, man. All right, we're we're in the heat of the battle now, man. Okay, we're in the heat of the battle now. All right, and pretty much that's it. I mean, I could have gone into the other, the different scriptures that I could have called out. The scripture going into praying without ceasing. That's like a one sentence verse, but that says a lot. Okay, I mean, if it's gonna be written down on paper, then that means it's gonna be something that you're gonna be doing. You go to Revelations, the 2nd chapter, the 25th verse. It talks about he that overcometh and keeping my works unto the end. To him will I give power over the nations. That's an important scripture to think about right now. All right, because it talks about what? Enduring, but not just enduring, but unto the end. And then there's a reward spoken about there. Okay? I mean, pretty much with that, hopefully that makes hopefully that was of edification. All right, hopefully that exaltation was gonna help whoever's gonna help. All right. With that, I'm gonna say, all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, Wahara Krakadosh. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. All right, honestly, brothers, will be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.